Well, greetings everybody from the famous dank basement. I just burned out my extra light, so I hope you can see me here. I am Paul Shalbetter, your snuff-taking pal, sometimes known by friends and enemas alike as your wicked Uncle Squinty, and I'm excited. This is my 5th attempt to take this review, and I don't care because the snuff is very nice. This is a new brand for me and a new snuff. This is from a company called pfalzer, or pfalzerlandsnuff.com.de rather. And I got this from a friend of mine in England, TC. So Tom, thank you for sending me the sample, because I've wanted to try this since I first saw it on the Toke website. This is the pfalzer Donnersburg. Now excuse me, I don't usually like to start out a video by blowing my nose, but I have to, and I'll explain why in a minute. Lordy. Snotter falls. All right, this is a very special snuff because of the tobacco with which it is made. I may be slaughtering the German pronunciation of this, I hope not, but I believe it's pronounced Jewetheimer. It's Jewetheimer. Jewetheimer. If I am mispronouncing it, please, my German friends, correct me. As I know you will. You're good like that. Now, this is supposed to be a very special tobacco in that it's cultivated at a high altitude, the highest altitude for tobacco cultivation in the Rhineland. And as a result, it is a very spicy, I think it's got to be a cultivar that's basically in the Virginia type of tobacco. At least that's what it smells like to me. It is described as being spicy. And it is also said to be given an aroma of honey. So we'll find out. Now in the tin, the grind is somewhere between medium and fine. It's a little more medium than fine. If this were an absolutely fresh tin, I think that it would probably be a little bit more moist than it is, but I would call the moisture still at medium. How will it be for a beginning snuff taker? If you take your time and don't sniff too hard, I don't think you'll have any trouble with this at all. In the tin, what I'm smelling is just fermented tobacco. Nothing more, nothing less. Really don't get the honey in the tin. Honey. But I'm going to do pinch number 5 of this, and we'll see how it works out. All right. All the music used in my videos when I put music on is either licensed under Creative Commons or is in the public domain. All the music today, from old piano rolls dating before 1926, are in the public domain. So YouTube, if you're spying on me to see if I'm using copyrighted music without permission, I'm not. Although this video will probably get flagged anyway. And for that reason, I gotta tell you, these videos are made for viewing by persons who are at least old enough to purchase and consume tobacco in the areas where they live. In the United States, that would be 18 years of age or older. Secondly, I do not encourage you to use tobacco if you currently do not use tobacco. All tobacco use carries some degree of risk to your health, so I am not promoting the use of tobacco. I am commenting on, reviewing, and critiquing products that are currently available on the market to adults. All right. So now that I've got the disclaimer out of the way, let's take a big fat pinch. This is almost like a grapefruit or an orange seed size pinch. A little bit bigger than an apple seed. We'll try it. Cheers. You know what I smell? The very first scent I get in my nose is very reminiscent of a smell I used to get when my mother, who smoked, would ask me to open up a fresh pack of Virginia Slims cigarettes. which were made mostly with Virginia tobaccos. That's what it smells like when you first take it up your nose. You get the spice of the tobacco, though, almost immediately. It is a physical sensation, like a mild burn, but not insufferable. It's nice, it's pleasant. The honey is not a separate aroma here. Rather, it balances the tartness of the fermented Virginia tobacco. In this case, Gewürztraminer. Okay. It's just a really pleasant Virginia tobacco scent up in my nose, and it's rather sweet after a while. Now, I love the aroma profile on this. It's fantastic, it's beautiful, it's all day, it's every day. Twice on Sundays, 4 times on Thursdays. That's not the problem with this. Now, maybe it's my body chemistry. I have consumed a lot of acids today. I said acids like in my food. I'm not talking about like, oh, the colors. No, not that kind of acid. But I have been drinking a lot of coffee and eating acidic foods. That may be affecting my perception. Keep that in mind when I tell you the throat drip, which I call back drip because it really doesn't go down my throat. It just kind of the back of my soft palate. It burns. It's not pleasant. It doesn't taste bad, but it hurts a little bit. And also the forward drip on this will be profuse, especially with the first couple of sniffs. Now my body, after 5 pinches, has gotten quite used to both the back drip and the forward drip, which is now not nearly as strong as it was when I took my first pinch and tried to review this the first time. How's the nicotine? Not bad. Now remember, my nicotine tolerance is quite high. I consume a lot of nicotine. Some people ask me how many grams of snuff do I take a day? And it's typically 2 to 3 grams a day, maybe more on a busy snuff day. Today I have not had a lot of snuff, but I did smoke a pipe earlier today. So, could be that I've already had a lot of nicotine in my system, but I've also had a lot of water. But with my high nicotine tolerance, and on a subjective scale where 1 is no real perceptible nicotine and 10 is way too much, this is an easy 6. You may find it yields more nicotine than I do, based on your tolerance. For that reason, if you are snuff naive or nicotine naive, a beginning snuff taker, you might want to take this one just a little bit easy and have a glass of water handy. In fact, I need to talk about nicotine overdose and how to do first aid for that. Because nicotine is a poison, right? Like all the other fun things in life, it's slightly poisonous. So you have to take care of yourself and not do too much. Yes, it is possible to get the spins, nausea, hiccups, diarrhea, stomach upset. So you want to take it easy with nicotine. All right, that's another disclaimer that I had to say so that YouTube will not censor me. Pardon my burp. Well, that was an interesting burp. Had hummus for lunch. So garlic does not go well with this. Yeah, the scent is still persisting in my nose. The snuff aroma profile is a 5 out of 5 on the Squinty Scale, where 1 is disgusting and 5 is delicious. But the back drip or throat drip and forward drip bring down the overall rating quite a lot until you get used to it. Please do not throw this one away after taking only a couple of pinches of it. You may dislike it when you first take it because the snuffing experience is a little bit tough. However, now that I'm 5 pinches in about a half hour's time, it's not unpleasant at all. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5 on the Squinty Scale. It's definitely worth having. Now, I got this, as I said, as a gift, a sample from my pal TC in England. Thank you again, Tom. It's great to be able to try this. But you can also find this readily on tokesnuff.com and artisansnuff.com. Both of them operated by the lovely, talented, and graceful Roderick, as you well know. So 4 out of 5 on the Squinty Scale, 6 out of 10 on the nicotine scale. I like it. I will not use it every day, but I certainly will buy a fresh tin when this one is gone. This will go into my rotation. I like it very much. This reminds me in some ways of not any particular aroma of Rosinski, except maybe the Stargarder. It's kind of similar to the Rosinski Stargarder, but not equal. The Stargarder, frankly, is a higher quality snuff, I think, than this one is, the Rosinski product. But this is awfully good, and it's good for the price. I like it. Donnersburg from pfalzer, a new snuff brand for me and a new snuff variety for me. Donnersburg, Thunderstown. Wow, I would love, wouldn't you love to live in a town called Thundertown? I mean, back in high school, they used to call me Thunder Cheeks, but we're not going to talk about that right now, okay? We're not going to talk about it. We're not. Heard the greatest joke today. Why does Iowa not have a professional football team? Because if they did, Minnesota would want one too. Why are the Vikings like marijuana? Well, you put them in a bowl, they get smoked. I love my team. Minnesota Vikings. Man. Well, here's another pinch for you before I ease on out of here. Remember, more snuff reviews coming up very soon on the Paul Schallbetter YouTube channel, but you can call me Uncle Squinty. God bless you, and tschüssi.